Live.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We apologize again for the internet connection issues. I guess since we were so blessed yesterday with no stoppage, it had to make up for it today.
Yeah, big surprise there that our internet is treating us horribly. Hopefully, knock on wood, no more problems today, but I doubt it.
Our internet must be West Virginia fans as to update you all on the score. The score is now 7-2. The West Virginia Mountaineers got some easy goals in close, very close to the crease while the break was happening.
So this one looks like it's going to be a high score regardless of the outcome, as 7-2. Definitely a high-scoring first quarter for the Mountaineers. Is shaking one down low for the goal there, and no problem on the shot down low, like it was effortless by Andrew Curtis, the senior midfielder from Newton, New Jersey. He just let it rip with really nobody on him, and it slipped right by the legs of Connor France. And so 8-2 now, West Virginia leading.
And now we have Canyon Baleo here with the face-off, going against the Mountaineers, who have been controlling the face-offs in this game. But that's nothing new for the Wildcats. Unfortunately, something they, I wouldn't say struggle with, but do have problems with, is the face-off game.
Yeah, they do have some tough times winning the face-offs against the better opponents. This time Kentucky able to get it off the procedure. Logan Bates passed it down to Sammy Hamilton, who brought it to Gazaldo. And Gazaldo, who was hurting a little bit after yesterday's game. Lucky to see him in today. It's the Wildcats with just under a minute here coming up from GLE is Hamilton passing way up over the top to Woodpierre, who loves to dodge with the right hand, comes inside, passing it down low, and the shot over the top is stuffed by the goalkeeper. Good job, Taff. Good job by Taff, sorry, stopping that one. And on the fast break, Woodpierre swings his stick, no good. And West Virginia on the fast break shot coming over the top, stuffed by France. Good shot attempt, though.
And good job by France to stop the possible rebound there that the Mountaineers tried to get. Oh, no.
Woodpierre getting hounded a little bit by the defense. And now with the shorty coming up, a long pull coming up behind him is Lucas Alfredo, and it's picked up by West Virginia. So the Mountaineers long pull heading right over the top of the field. Only 5 seconds left to go in the shot clock. Going to try and shoot it, not even understanding where the ball went. And so that will knock them down and end the first quarter. And that quarter ended a while ago, so they were just playing for fun at that point. But
that's on the refs. They need to blow their whistle to let them know that the play is over. When you're in the middle of a play, you're not paying attention to the clock at all. You need that kind of whistle, buzzer, anything to get you out of that mode. So that's on the refs.
So that will do it in the first frame of action. West Virginia currently leading by 6 goals over the Wildcats in this beautiful day for some lacrosse. And as I say that, a cloud goes right over the sun, but hopefully it'll open back up again. It really is a beautiful day for lacrosse out here. Not too cold, not too warm. It's got a
very
nice
windy,
little,
though.
It's a nice little cool breeze, if I do say so myself.
It's very windy. I almost knocked over your Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee.
Yeah, that would have been horrible. Mikey, thanks for letting us know. It's better if you can keep letting us know every 10 minutes, or actually don't let us know every 10 minutes, but if it starts to go bad again,
no, we need, Mikey,
let us know.
Give us updates. Let us know.
Somebody's got to update us, for sure.
Please.
We're really, I don't know why. If yesterday we had a perfect, no problem broadcast, literally not a single issue.
That's why. That's why
here we are, and literally
here.
barely through the first half and struggling again. But that's okay. So.
Okay, we are still here. The Wildcats are still in the game. A lot of clock left. Israel, what do you want to see differently from the Wildcats to get them back in this game?
The only thing you can really ask for from the Wildcats now is to hit those slides and hit them on time, because honestly, that's what's defeating them every single time on the fast break or on a shot attempt. And so when you get the first slide coming or the second slide even, you need to make sure you have that third slide, because a slide doesn't mean nothing if not everyone's going, because eventually the team will just keep passing it down the line to find the open man.
Yep.
So what I think Kentucky's been struggling with right now is getting every single person in that slide package to hit the slide and hit it on time. And so that will take a lot of communication from France, calling for the slide, and from the other boys down there. Mode was in net last night, who, I'm not going to say played a better performance than France as of now, but only let in 8 goals the entire game, as the face-off is now underway for the second quarter of action here in Morgantown. So we'll see what the Wildcats defense can do to try and slow down this Mountaineer offense, as they're extremely high tempo.
If you're going to face a team with high tempo.
Pass coming back over the top, and the shot right down low. And just like we were talking about, Graham Miller coming in to the step down, shooting it low and getting it right by France. And
almost identical to the start of the first quarter, nearly exactly what happened.
yeah, as Kentucky's clearly having issues on where these slides are coming from. Miller had a free step down shot inside, and it's going to be, really hard for France to try and stop those goals when there's no one on him. It is 9-2. 9-2.
Oh, no. And now we will have a switch in net. It will be Bryce Mode coming in and Connor France coming out of the game.
And so Mode played lights out yesterday in the matchup against Buffalo, allowing just 8 goals and many saves from Mode last night. I had to start coming up with new adjectives to describe how he was just absolutely stuffing the ball any time it came near him. West Virginia able to get the win right there.
West Virginia in the coffin corner of the field, and it is thrown out of bounds. It will be Mountaineer ball, it appears. No, it will be Wildcat ball. And Bryce Mode in for 1 second and already talking to the players, talking to the refs. This is what he does.
Yeah,
this is how he inspires the team. This is how the defense goes.
That's the pass there from Mode. Just a little low of the intended target, rolling out of bounds. I'm only giggling because of the timing, that's all. It was funny timing on that pass. Regardless, quick turnover there.
My mouth shut
by Kentucky. AJ really bringing the commentators' curse alive so far this morning. West Virginia extending below GLE, but the pass, and oh my goodness, coming inside on the behind the back shot. Just right down low to the ground. Mulaney putting in another one past Mode.
Tough start
10-2. West Virginia leads.
And it looks like we have a little bit of a shot clock issue here. I'm looking at it right now, and it's
time
flashing. The scoreboard, time clock, it is going crazy. But the refs will say, let's keep playing regardless.
Yeah, it's flashing, but it's still keeping the time. So at this rate, we're just going to roll with it.
Yep. And the Mountaineers again win the face-off. Not a good day for face-offs for Kentucky. And the Fogos will come out, and the offensive players will come in.
I want to remind anybody watching the time clock is being controlled by me, trying to watch this flashing clock and see what time is actually on there. So I'm doing my best here guessing, guys. And let's see, the Mountaineers, really doing a good job sizing up the defense as the cut comes inside and the pass over the top to a wide open Mulaney, but the pass was picked off by Mode over the top. And I was just about to mention, as the pass by Mode just gets pushed, but man.
Nearly picked off too. That would have been an easy goal.
As the Kentucky defense was able to slough in and help out Mode a little bit that time.
Thank goodness for Felix Williams. Stopping that would have been an easy goal. And now the Mountaineers with a shot, and it is far, sails over the net. Lucky break for the Wildcats there. He had no problem getting in close. And now the Third
wrapping
chance.
around, looking for a pass over the top, finding someone. Let's see, setting up the dodge, spinning back, but well defended by Davidson, and he'll have to pass it down below GLE. You know, they've been running a lot of the same plays. You'll see it again here as dancing and cutting inside over the top for the shot, and goal scored there. And man, that was a pretty move by Jackson Smith to put West Virginia on the board again. So 11-2 here. So now the clock changed again over there. So I'm going to update that one more time.
It appears to be 11 minutes and 50 seconds.
51 seconds.
Yes.
Not that 1 second will really buy me any more time.
Just under 12 minutes left in this first half as the Wildcats are able to get the face-off win.
Bryson Davidson scooping it up and securing possession on offense for the Cats, and they will hopefully set up an offensive possession that will see them not necessarily put it in the net, but at least get better shots on goal and slip through this defense so they can at least see some type of offensive production. Of course, we hope the shots will go in the net, but
as this is their first offensive possession of the second quarter, I believe.
I mean, you can see this defense has them very far spread out. Sammy Hamilton deciding which way he wants to spin, swims over the defender, pass gets knocked up in the air and right into the stick of Pierre Vincenti. Sorry, that's Taliaferro, the long stick midfielder. So Kevin Mullaney, who's scored a few today for the Mountaineers, is holding on to it while the yellow call comes from the Mountaineer head coach, Brian Hauk. Stingo fires it to him.
Long shot, and it's no good. Just off target. You know, when you have power shots like that, you give up accuracy for the power. So it's a real give and take when you take those kind of shots.
It is, but it was a smooth switch on the face dodge from right to left and into the shot. And I wouldn't have been surprised if that one slipped down low. It was pretty. It was pretty lacrosse. As the shot comes and goes for West Virginia. That one in by Brandenburg. And that one was
if you look
flying
closely,
by. Dylan Johnson lost his stick, and that one
Johnson's stick is actually
shaped like a hockey stick right now.
Yeah, so that is the reason that the West Virginia player was able to get by. Dylan Johnson just had no ability to defend there.
Yeah, he cannot play with broken equipment. So it's almost like a little short man-up scenario. But this West Virginia offense clearly off to a ridiculously hot start, putting in 12 goals in the first quarter and a half, as opposed to Kentucky's 2. And Baleo originally had won the face-off, but let's see, it'll be stopped by the ref, and we'll go into the favor of the Wildcats. So Kentucky will try and set up some offensive production, put one in the net here, and
it's in the hands of Peter Johnson here, a very safe guy and the refs stop it.
And I'm not sure what the call was there exactly, but it will be West Virginia ball, and pass coming over the top and just outside the substitution box, going into Tommy Wayne, and now West Virginia gonna set one up again. And so the Mountaineers really have a few options to just test out some plays at this point in the second quarter. They don't need to put the ball in the net, but they'll revert back to the same play that they just scored on. This time Alex Wells
on the pass too high, and it is gone.
And so that time it was bounds. Instead of Jackson Smith, it was Alex Wells coming from behind the net, as they just stick everybody right in front of the crease and let the ISO come. And It's really hard to pull that slide from the middle in
Very
that
odd
scenario.
to mess up a play you just scored on.
Yeah, it is definitely a surprise a little bit.
Here we go. Wildcats with some good passing here. You know, you can feel the urgency now. Some guys moving a little quicker under their feet.
Williams turning inside, shooting it with the left, and it's low and at the feet of the goalkeeper. Williams scored the game winner last night against Buffalo with just 1 or 2 seconds remaining. As there's a midi back and a defender over and for the easy pass, and the numbers come, and there's not really a slide set up for the Wildcats. Pass inside to Smith on the shot and goal. So Tyler Randall's dished it off to Jackson Smith, who just had a 1-2 with the goalie and dumped it in, and that was a good look there from Randall's to find him over the top and in for the goal. What's the score?
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us, I'm AJ Nava here with my co-host Israel Schill. We are just under 8 minutes left in the game, and the score is 13-2. West Virginia up in what appears to be looking like a blowout for West Virginia. I never like to say that because there is still tons of time left on the clock as the ball goes sailing overhead.
Yeah, Caden Wilson accidentally launched that one straight up in the air.
Yeah. You know,
so
just try whatever at this point.
Looks like
Mountaineer ball.
There was a Kentucky defender who stepped out of the box before the face-off was called possession, so it'll flip over to Mountaineer possession. It's Jackson Smith. What a game he's having. He's turning inside, taking the shot with the left hand. Not
Bryce
coming.
Mode.
Stopped by Mode at the top, and he's going to get a nice pass right over the top to Miller.
And it will be Hamilton now picking up the ball as Miller almost lost it.
How about Matty Miller getting some minutes out there, huh? Matty Miller, who's been dealing with a hamstring injury, had a tough time in, trying to get back out on the field. Every time he would go warm up, he would, kind of restrain that hamstring. It was on and off if we were going to see him, but it's really great to see him out on the field there finally. He was running the shot clock the last few home games.
He did a
sitting
great
next
job
to us,
on
did
the
a
shot
great
clock,
job.
too.
Really fun to have him hanging out with us, but it's even better to have him out on the field. So,
Maddie, we miss you, but we prefer you on the field.
Yeah, we're really happy that Matty is able to be out there doing what he loves, playing lacrosse with his boys. As the shot by Johnson just hitting over the top of the net.
It's not a terrible shot. Unfortunately, it hit the crossbar, so goes sailing. But I like that shot from Peter Johnson.
I do too. I'll let Peter shoot that shot with the left hand whenever as the shot somehow bouncing over and past the goalie.
Wow, what a shot there. It just bounced right off the ground and got exactly where it needed to be.
And that one
right
was a
by
little
the goalie.
unconventional from Jake Williams, but a goal is a goal regardless, as he obviously was going for the shot, bounced a few yards in front of the crease, and the velocity that it had on it allowed it to just slip past, and it's obviously hard to read bouncers on turf, but that one,
yeah,
much harder.
I mean, that turf will have that ball going a completely opposite direction that it was shot from, so.
Agreed. So 13-3 is the score here, where West Virginia leads, and a little bit of a slip up on the face-off. Kentucky does grab possession. It's Caden Wilson, the long stick midfielder, who's doing a great job this season, and the extra pass going down low from Williams, but it's picked off by the West Virginia defense.
West Virginia long stick there, can't pick it up. And the refs decide to give it to the Mountaineers, and he loses it once again. A flag down. The referee soaring that flag like Tom Brady.
Yeah, that thing was up there. Golly gee.
Yeah, and
so Gilly pass coming from the goalkeeper down. No one's really looking for it. Kielczynski just making sure his opponent doesn't grab onto it. And so that ball's going to roll out of bounds.
Not sure.
Gonna
what
wait for the
is.
call here. Not really seeing it. Looks like it'll be only a 30-second there, and I think it's, let's see, Peter Johnson serving the penalty, I believe.
Johnson, what for? I cannot answer that right now, but 30 seconds in the box, and the Mountaineers will be working with a full shot clock here. There's about...
And this offense in a man-up situation has got to be scary, as they already move the ball ridiculously well in cutters like this, and just as I was saying, on the cut, an easy pass inside for the goal by Stingo. So that will put it to 14-3. The Mountaineers currently lead over the Wildcats here in beautiful Sunday afternoon in Morgantown, West Virginia. Both of these teams defeated Buffalo over the weekend in their last game, and so Mountaineers trying to take the whole weekend series, defeating Kentucky as well.
You know, this team does play exceptionally well at home. They are, I believe, 3-0 at home and then 0-4 away. So it would be something of beauty for them to go undefeated at home in these first 8 games they've played.
Johnson slipping by his defender, shooting it, and a good save by Taff, getting in front of the shot. It's always scary when Peter Johnson drops that right shoulder and nestles his way past the defender.
Yep.
Taff having a hard time. He was picked up there by Williams, but now coming over with nobody on them really is the Mountaineers. Stingo shoots another one, but that one down low to the feet and out of bounds. But closest to that one going out was the Mountaineers, so West Virginia picking it back up and starting another offensive possession. So out there right now taking the dodge for the Mountaineers and slipping inside, shooting it down low for the goal. Sorry, I thought it was a goal, but it was on the outside there on the shot by Letters.
The shot was so powerful, though, it moved the entire net off the ground.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I think that was Bryce's shoulder, but we'll go with the power of the shot. Max Machado for the Wildcats running with it, flipping it over the middle to Miller, who wasn't grabbing it. Now it's picked up and passed over the top, and this is a one-on-one with the goalkeeper for the Mountaineers. Shot high, low, and high. So the goal there coming from number 27, Jake Brandenburg, scoring another one today. And so him and Jackson Smith just going back and forth to lead the team in goals for the Mountaineers, as both of them have dumped in a few this game already. So this is a conference matchup that we got here. West Virginia was sitting just below Kentucky due to Kentucky's divisional wins that they have over Temple. And see, Kentucky able to win the face-off, floating up over the top to Caden Wilson, who's wide open, but nobody, and the D-twig coming there. Man, nobody was even thinking that was coming from Devastiani, the freshman defender from right here in Morgantown. And Caden Wilson was winding up to shoot, and Devastiani had other plans for that one.
Devastiani, a savior there, as Caden Wilson doesn't miss many of those in-close shots.
I believe he's 2 goals on the season, Caden Wilson, at least 1. We saw him score a little earlier, dodging and spinning back to the left side, looking for a target at GLE, and he finds one inside in the low shot, stopped by Mode. Mode will float it over the top to Miller, who can't hold on, but many players from both teams
and Hamilton will get it.
Yeah, that was great assertiveness by Hamilton, running in there, no games, grabbing the scoop. Good job by
Hamilton.
Sammy Hamilton.
Wasn't running, he was sprinting to that ball. And here we go. Let's see if the Wildcats can make good off of Hamilton's effort. The spin, the move, the pass to Peter Johnson now.
Peter Johnson sitting just below GLE, deciding whether or not he wants to dodge from X or pass it up top, and not really able to go anywhere on the dodge, so flicks it over to Felix Williams, and now Williams behind the net, spinning back and sticking his left hand, firing over the top for the goal.
Felix Williams, way to get the Wildcats back into this. This is what you need to do. Israel, do you know how you walk 100 miles?
How do you walk 100 miles, AJ?
Step by step.
Step by step.
And that was the first step.
That was the first step, and that's how the Wildcats are going to take step-by-steps back to cut down this lead. So 15-4. Here the Mountaineers lead the Wildcats with just 2 minutes to go in the second quarter.
And the ref will blow the whistle for the face-off.
Stambaugh in there trying to win it, flicking it back over, and it's able to get scooped up by Mikey Hollister, the freshman midfielder. Gets it down low and sets up on offense for the Mountaineers. Miller trying to get a little cheeky slip of the stick inside and get the check out.
Mountaineer freaking out a little bit over that loose pass, but he's able to retain possession of it. Now these Mountaineers, you might see a cut coming here pretty soon. You see the pick there, decides not to use it. The pass, the shot, and it's too far right for the Mountaineers. Wildcats get away with another one.
That was a good shot attempt.
Yeah,
Regardless, it was high power, down low and away.
It's one of the biggest problems these Wildcats are having. They're letting these Mountaineers get good shot attempts. Not just good shots, good attempts.
So Brandenburg trying to figure out a way to get inside, looking for a pass over the top, decides to keep it, weaves his way inside for the shot, stuffed. Great job by Mode, stepping out of net, getting in front of that one. I mean, I thought that shot went literally straight into his stick.
And we are hearing now 20 seconds left in the game.
That's why I'm spamming the clock down, guys. Don't worry, it's not technical difficulties, it's just me. It's Jackson Smith for the Mountaineers, turning inside, weaving through the traffic. Nobody really touching him in the shot. Tried to get around and in, but
he went low, but he also went too far wide there.
He did, stepped in the crease, and so 5 seconds to go in the first half. Matty Miller gives it to Bryce Wood, and that will end the first half here. And so the end of the second quarter, the Mountaineers will take the lead over West Virginia in a very big 15-4 lead.
15 goals in the first half. That's something to be very happy about if you're a West Virginia fan.
It is something to be pretty excited about, as Kentucky was in a similar hole at this time against Grand Valley State.
And unfortunately, we all know how that ended for the Wildcats.
So the goal here is to not end up the same way, I think. But Kentucky, I do think, will come out with a lot of fight and a lot of energy in the second half. Sorry about that.
I think the biggest thing for the Wildcats is they need to show urgency in this next half. In the first half, a big problem was the Mountaineers started gaining traction, getting some goals, and the Wildcats never matched that energy, to say the least. Not everybody was sprinting, and in these situations, you just gotta go at 150% when you're down, because that's the only way to get back.
Truly, it is the only way to get back. So I'm going to take a moment to step away from the talk about this game specifically and talk a little bit more about the standings and polls that have come out on the MCLA website. Finally, the week 1 poll dropped, and
I've been waiting so long to talk about this.
Agreed, and so leading this top 20 pack is BYU at 6-1, followed closely behind by Northeastern and Cal Poly. 6-0, followed by Northeastern and Cal Poly, who are both also 6-0, and that will be the 1, 2, and 3. And so looking a little more into who Kentucky is going to have to face later this season. Kentucky is going to have James Madison in their next matchup, who is sitting right now at 4-1, 18th overall in the division, and as well as Tennessee, who is 5-1 and 14th in the division. So Kentucky definitely has a few people that they're going to have to fight against in the next upcoming weeks.
It's always tough going against opponents ranked that high on the list. And it's a test. It's a test for sure. But one thing about these Wildcats, they do study.
They do definitely study. And James Madison is leading the North currently, the ALC North, the division the Wildcats play in, as they're pretty much rolling through everybody, to say the least. Also on that top 20 from the ALC is Virginia Tech, who sits atop the South with a 5-3 record. They are 13th on this top 20 poll. So a lot of teams from the ALC making an appearance on this top 20 poll to start the season.
You know, we want to thank Mikey and Kona. Though you're not here, you're being very active in the chat. I love to see it.
Very active in the chat indeed. Not really sure how that was a word, by the way. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. But one thing I do want to talk about, Israel, how good are those Thin Mints you've been chomping on all game?
Guys, I'm not gonna lie, there was Thin Mints for sale at the Dunkin' Donuts right across from our hotel. Went to Dunkin', had to get Girl Scout cookies. Had to get Girl Scout cookies. You can't not get Girl Scout cookies. And so saying that, I am allergic
Yes,
to
you
milk.
can.
I had to find the only dairy-free Girl Scout cookies they have.
It's very easy to not get Girl Scout cookies. You just chose to.
It's quite
You big
difficult.
back.
All right. Chill out, man.
And that reminds me, we have not had trivia in so long. I figure let's do something. If anyone can guess the
how
one
many Thin Mints
item,
I've eaten today. No,
Oh,
just
yeah.
kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, at
Just
least 3
kidding.
boxes. So.
No, I only bought one. No need for all that.
If anyone can guess the one item I got from Dunkin' Donuts for breakfast, you win. You get bragging rights.
And I will say he lied and said he didn't like them, but he finished it. So I don't really know.
Oh, yeah. No, I got 2 items. I apologize.
Okay.
But I'll take one or the other.
Okay. Well, I'd win the first one. I don't know what the second item you got was.
You don't know what the second item I got was.
I know you got.
You weren't paying attention.
You got ye old HB.
Yep,
and
I
you
did.
got something else. What was the other item?
The other item I will not say while we are
Will
live.
you give me a hand signal that might describe the food that it is? Oh, I think I know what he's talking about, folks.
And it was very delicious, very delectable. Delectable
is the word you're looking for.
See, I'm trying to expand my vernacular.
He is trying to expand his vernacular. So I think what I'm going to do right now while we have some time is
15 cookies, Israel. Have you
15
had 15
cookies. I have not had 15 cookies. Who said 15, bro? I have not had 15 cookies. No way. I've had like 4 or 5 so far.
And no, I did not have a breakfast wrap.
Though those are so good. Those breakfast wraps are so good. Big Dunkin's guy over here, I will say. I'm a big Dunkin's guy. But we're going to get a word of the day here.
We're having a word of the day?
Yeah.
Oh, to expand my vernacular.
To expand your vernacular.
Okay. Well,
So,
what's the word of the day? Nincompoop?
No, goodness no. But that does remind me of the words that we do need to say.
I would like to shout out Peyton, one of the amazing camera women we have on this team. She asked me to integrate the word nincompoop into the broadcast.
Was that one of them?
That was my word.
I still
yes.
have mine that I will get in there, and I think the people will know.
Mikey, yes,
Mikey,
it was a sausage, egg, and cheese.
It was a sausage, egg, and cheese.
And
Mikey,
I will
you got
say it was in a croissant.
Delicious.
It was amazing.
Delicious.
It was
Dunkin'
amazing.
breakfast is truly the best out there. And I'm going to tell you right now, AJ, this EDU Roam Wi-Fi that West Virginia claims that they are offering up to the people, not working. So you want to pull up thesaurus.com on your laptop.
Well, I'm not connected to the Wi-Fi either.
Go on your phone then, because mine's the camera.
Okay, well, let's go.
Guys, we're going to get you a word of the day. Thesaurus.com will hit us with the word of the day. You guys just got to trust us.
What will?
You guys have to share your space.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Right? We're not used to it.
I know, you're used to being loud. I'm like, y'all are being quiet. I'm like, oh, because you have people.
We have other people with their own microphones. You know, we can't scream.
All right, the
Word of the day. Wend. W-E-N-D. Let's get a definition here.
Okay, wend means is a literary word that means to move slowly from one place to another.
Oh, this is one that we can use on the broadcast.
Yeah, wend.
I know some guys who wend around the field for sure.
And wending is a traveling or proceeding on one's way in such a manner.
In a slow manner, though.
Hikers wend along the marked trails to top the mountain.
Okay. Okay, we could use this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we are going to get wend in the play-by-play call here. I am also working on getting the word cattywampus in the word today.
Oh yeah, that was a word.
in there. So I
Was
will
that the word
fit both
Kaylee
of
gave
those
you?
in. That was the word that Peyton gave me, cattywampus. So I will fit cattywampus into the stream.
Mikey, you are the GOAT.
Why is he the GOAT? Did he say he was the GOAT?
He says he's the GOAT.
Oh, he says he's the GOAT.
He's also very humble.
That was that he is very humble. Also, yes, that was B Money's mom. That was crazy that you figured that out.
Well, her face was on camera.
Oh,
as
it was.
well for
okay,
1
okay,
second.
okay. I was like, holy goodness, that is some like prestigious ear work right there. let's get one of my good friends. That is not, but I can put some weight on it so it doesn't fly away.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of time left here in halftime. West Virginia's warming up again, but I don't want to talk about lacrosse just yet. I still
No, me
wanna just
neither.
goof
To
around.
be honest with you,
You
I'm
know,
having
I-
a good time, and I kind of
Yeah.
want to eat a Thin Mint. So, you can go for it.
No, I got it.
I'm gonna
here
eat a
to
Thin Mint.
entertain. You eat your thing.
You guys mind me? Yeah.
we don't do ASMR on here.
No.
I promise.
Oh, they're about to start the game. Daggone it.
Oh, why are we starting back? It's only
How
been
about
5
this, my
minutes.
Thin Mint?
Don't talk with your mouth full on the broadcast.
Okay,
Please
okay,
have
okay.
some
Okay, okay.
respect for our
Okay,
viewers.
okay.
But
All right, AJ, you yap to the people while I eat.
ladies and gentlemen, we just got a signal that the halftime is going to start again. But
Tell them about yesterday what happened
what happened
at
yesterday?
halftime when somebody had to go to the bathroom and then came back halfway through the third quarter.
I don't think we needed to bring that up.
We're going to bring that up.
Okay, so what happened was halftime just started. I left as they blew the halftime whistle to go use the lavatory.
That is probably a football field away. Not very far.
Not very far. A
Not very
kid's
far.
football field away, I'll even say.
No, they're all the same size. Whatever.
Whatever. I did my business. I came back, and we were about 3 minutes into the third quarter.
I mean, I'm not going to lie.
It was a 6-minute halftime at most.
I felt like a chicken with my head cut off. I mean, I was calling the games, moving the camera. I was looking for
apologize.
players' names.
I won't leave you back like that ever again.
Never
you
do
know?
that to me again.
It's the two of us here.
Just the two of us. There we go. That's the song for the
Yep.
day. Beautiful.
We can make it if we try.
Just
Just
the
the two of us. You
Just
and
the
I.
two of us. You know that part?
Yeah.
Just the
The
two of us. Yeah, just like.
No, hey, we get that. We get that.
What you think?
Just the two
Hold on.
Just the two of us.
Dude,
All
beautiful.
right, back to
All right.
lacrosse. ladies and
Beautiful
gentlemen.
timing here.
All right, we are here, and taking the first face-off of the second half will be Clay Stambaugh for the Wildcats, and let's see what he does here. We're hoping for a big change as Stambaugh hits it to the side, and he gets his own face-off. There you go. You love to see it. Oh, but he is checked by the Mountaineers, loses the ball, but it's picked up by Sammy Hamilton there. Dishes it off to Caden Wilson, who then dishes it off to Felix Williams, I believe.
Peter Johnson.
Peter Johnson.
Come on, man.
The
There's only
numbers are
one
far
guy
away.
who's that tall on this team.
True. Numbers are far away.
Felix is like what?
6'4".
He's
Or
6'4".
No, Felix is 6'2".
Man, if he's telling anyone he's 6'4", he's lying. I was standing next to that guy yesterday, and I'm a whopping 5'10 3/4, and I was pretty daggone close. I'll tell you that. Sammy Hamilton.
Felix
Williams,
Williams.
to
No, I
Wood-Pierre.
apologize. Felix Williams is 6'4", 170 pounds.
That's ridiculous to me as the shot there from Pierre almost slips in. I apologize, Felix. I was unfamiliar with your game. And so Jackson Smith for the Mountaineers, taking it down the center of the field all by himself, penetrating through the defense, firing it down low. And man, what a shot attempt from coast to coast by Jackson Smith, doing it all by himself.
And back in the net for the Wildcats, Connor France here. And let's see if he can make something happen, or excuse me, stop some goals from happening here in the second half.
Still making something happen. And so West Virginia trying to extend this commanding lead that they have over Kentucky. dodge here coming from Tyler Randalls pushing towards midfield. The ball gets tapped out of his stick. And Randalls gets it back top, and it's going to go back down to Randalls, who dishes it inside, and one more, and the shot stopped by France. Good job, good anticipation by Connor France. And Logan Bates, like a freight train down the center of the field, might take a shot. He does, and just barely saved by Taff there at the toes of the crease. And quick pass coming inside. West Virginia going to make something work here, and it goes into the long pole, but not able to get grabbed onto. I thought Kevin Mullaney was going to shoot that one. Maybe would have been a better idea than pass it to the long pole, as he loses it down, and it's picked up by Caden Wilson, the long stick midfielder for the Wildcats. And Wilson dishes it up top to Bryson Davidson, who's running towards the middle of the field looking for a passer on the other side. Finds Hamilton, and the Wildcats will settle this one down.
No, it's good. You want to start off this offensive possession. You want to get a good shot to start the second half. I don't disagree with this kind of setup they have here.
So Rackmeal runs on in from the substitution box and grabs the pass, and down low, faking the shot, spinning inside, weaving through, and just barely stopped by Taff, and that was a great job. So this will go back to the possession of the Wildcats. Man, what a save by Taff, I will say.
It was a great save.
So we were talking earlier about how very often Peter Johnson doesn't really miss those chances that close to the net.
But then again, this goal staff here that they have on West Virginia total for triple-digit saves now on the season in only 7 games. So it's going to be a tough job getting it in the back of the net here for the Wildcats. And Wood-Pierre, a low stutter step.
Pushing towards the center field line, firing it down low, and the bouncer stopped by Taff, but it bounces over towards the back of the cage, and he'll fire it up over the top in the middle. Beautiful pass, hitting the intended target, Letters, and Letters going to settle it in on offense for the Mountaineers. And Mikey, yeah, if he is 6'4", you are like 6'10" or something, because there's no way that Felix is 6'4". And
well, he's listed as 6'4".
Well, he lied to Bryce. Definitely lied to Bryce or Luke or whoever does the website. And I do believe Guz is still out for now. We'll see if he comes back in the quarter.
You know, Guz did play a little bit in this game, very limited minutes.
Yeah, is that injury? He was kind of limping around the house last night. He is still standing on the sideline right now with his helmet off, out by Coach, off to the right of the bench. You can see him over there. His pass over the top to Machado. Machado to Rackmeal. Rackmeal thought about taking it inside, but Sutter stepped and bounced back out.
I hope we're saying Rackmeal's last name right.
You know, I've been thinking about that for the last few weeks.
I've been second-guessing myself on every last name here. We were just informed by Mr. and Mrs. Baleo. We've been mispronouncing Canyon's last name, so.
You know, it was phonetically correct, so I'll take it. But
still, I want to get it right.
I do not like to disrespect anybody's familial name. And Baleo and the Baleos, we are so sorry that we are mispronouncing that one, and to Mikey. But thankfully, for our pronunciation skills, Mikey isn't going to be back for a few weeks. So us messing up his last name is saved in that case.
With the
Wood-Pierre
spin in
slides
close
through and not able to get it to go, just left of the cage. And that was a good spin inside to the center line by Wood-Pierre.
For us, Rackmeal, some of the Wildcat players.
Oh, okay.
How do you say it?
I was right. I knew it.
And it looks like we're getting some West Virginia names corrected now, too.
I took a good guess on Pierre Vincenti at the beginning of the game, and I got it. So we'll roll with that one. That's great. I'm happy, AJ. My confidence back.
Through the roof.
Through the roof.
And West Virginia
pushing inside, looking for the pass in the behind-the-back shot. Not
Their
gonna
confidence
go.
is through the roof there, too.
Yeah, as Jake Brandenburg tried to slip one behind the back and in.
You know, from my angle here, Israel, it looked like a low shot. Would have been better decision there, but confidence does something crazy to you.
Definitely
Wow,
does.
Way to move the camera.
Oh, sorry for shaking the camera there. Just want to shout out one of our fantastic photographers, Peyton, whose last name I can't pronounce, who's standing next to us right now. Varespi, Peyton Varespi in the shot there from Mountaineers, up and out of bounds. And Peyton Varespi, such a good photographer, such an amazing, talented. No, don't go anywhere.
No,
such an amazing photographer, so talented.
A great photo editor too. She was working.
She was working hard all night last night, making sure that these guys had their Instagram profile pictures ready to go. So we're really happy to have Peyton on the squad.
I might hire Peyton to have a little photo shoot for me.
I might
for
have
my
her shoot
LinkedIn
my wedding or
profile.
something.
Yeah.
As pass inside,
I'm a long
broken
way
up
from
by
a
the
wedding.
Kentucky defense, back into the stick of West Virginia. Everybody fighting for it.
And it'll be Wildcat ball here.
Ref blow with the whistle there.
Peyton, you have anything you want to say?
I already asked her. She said no.
Ah.
I will say, Peyton, we are still working to slip in the words here. AJ did get a nincompoop earlier.
You got a nincompoop.
Yeah, and we learned a new word of the day during halftime. It's called wend, and it means to like move somewhere slowly. So we're definitely going to use that one too.
And look at
We just got to wait to find
the
somebody real slow.
substitutions now, wending into the field.
Can I steal it?
It's rock meal. All right, we were so close.
Wait, it's
rock
rock meal.
We were saying rack meal, but it's rock meal.
Mr. and Mrs. Rock Meal, we are so
Listen,
sorry.
Listen, we were close. And
Wood
the swing there
Pierre
from
in
Wood
close,
Pierre
the
in the shot off the legs of the goalkeeper Taff, and thought Wood Pierre was going to fire that one low and away and get it to go, but just stopped by Taft there. And now the scrum in front of the benches trying to decide who's got possession of it.
And that is
And
Wildcat
it will be the
ball.
Wildcat possession now. So
And
Matty
it's-
Miller not able to grab the pass. Big Red, Jacob Feltner for the Wildcats now in on defense and help sweeping it over to the offensive side. So Sammy Hamilton was able to get securing the possession.
And here we go, another chance to get back into this game.
As it is.
You know, Wood Pierre has had the hot hand, been shooting at lights in the minutes he's been given. And now it'll be Evan Rockmeal getting in close,
Rockmeal.
spinning, but the defense hounding him. And now Felix Williams will be trying to find something.
He's going to pass it inside. Has Sammy Hamilton, but it closed him out of there and away from the crease pretty fast.
Good slides by the West Virginia defense.
Now swimming over, spinning back to the other side, swinging around the crease, looking for a passer. Finds Hamilton, gets it up to Rockmeal. Man, good defense by this West Virginia Mountaineers team right now, man.
With about 18 seconds left on the shot clock.
10 seconds to
seconds.
go on the shot clock. Sammy Hamilton over to Rockmeal.
3 seconds.
Rockmeal firing with the
Rockmeal.
right hand.
Ooh.
Almost was able to get past Taft, but it bounced up and out. So that will at least reset the shot clock for the Wildcats. And
Heck yeah.
so Felix Williams gonna grab it at the back alley just behind GLE. Pass inside, shot fired for the goal.
Peter Johnson, another one. Here we go. What a great cut it was from Peter Johnson to get in close and get the easy goal for Kentucky.
So 15-5, the Mountaineers currently
And the
leading
score is
over the
15
Wildcats
to
by
5
10.
By 10,
I
unfortunate.
just said that, AJ.
I know, 15, I apologize. 15 to 5, I did want to say 15 to 5, that deserves at least 5 big booms.
Does it?
No.
I can give them to you. I can
No,
give.
no.
We can give some big booms.
No, the
I gave,
face-off is
I
going.
gave big booms to the Chili's waitress that
Here
one
we go,
time.
face off. and Canyon.
Oh
Vallejo
man,
laid
Vallejo
out.
laid out
Hitting
from
the-
behind on a loose ball push, so that one will come into the possession of the Wildcats. Going to be picked up by Dylan Johnson.
Hey, way to
who
take
was
the hit.
Having some defenders coming up at him from behind, but no problem for Johnson finding Hamilton and settling in this Kentucky offense. Kentucky Door still not quite closed, but just barely cracked open right now. If the Wildcats can try and come back and make something happen with about 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, if my personal time clock is correct. It took away our clock from across, so
Very unfortunate.
sadly we can't see it.
Oh, cutter.
And
Shot.
blocked there. Dylan Johnson one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Stopped Taff on the high shot. And full steam ahead here from West Virginia and Jackson Smith, and decides not to take it on a dodge immediately. And they'll let their offense settle back in for some better production. That's okay, you can take that chair. Peyton's coming to hang out with us because we're a lot of fun. And yeah, that's all I got to say about that. So West Virginia with the ball on offense. Pass slipping just behind and almost over to the half-field line. Sammy Hamilton trying to sneak a little grab at it, but just barely hung out in front. And the shot attempt bouncing over the top by Smith. And that was a good-looking attempt inside by Jackson Smith. My Girl Scout cookies are so good. I ate them at halftime. I ate a few and let AJ talk while I munched a little bit. I hope it wasn't too loud on the mic, but honestly, I was hungry, so I don't care.
You know, one thing I'll give Kentucky that they're doing better this second half is the offensive possessions have been coming in more frequently. Last half, they didn't have
good
many
stick by
chances.
Dylan Johnson right in the passing lane, deflecting that one, sweeping it to keep it in bounds and scooping it up. What a play by Dylan Johnson on defense, and he's full steam ahead. Finds Hamilton in the behind the back pass shot coming, and that's just outside of the net by Jake Williams. And man, Williams just barely missed the angle. The Kentucky bench was really excited thinking that they had the goal, but it was just outside, unfortunately. And so now full steam ahead. Jackson Smith fakes the pass, and the Mountaineers now on offense. That was a great look on offense by the Wildcats, just unable to finish off on the shot attempt, and even better defense by Dylan Johnson. That was spectacular, making that completely light work all by himself. So West Virginia playing a little ring around the rosy ball, as AJ loves to call it. Yup. And a streaking Stingo comes inside for the shot and gets the goal. So West Virginia now leads 16-5, slowly closing that door down on Kentucky. Only a few minutes to go in the third quarter. And this offense has been hyper productive.
Very much so, making the most of all their chances.
Though it slowed down a little bit in the second half, that first half for the Mountaineers offense was spectacular. So that will be a hat trick for Stingo. And an easy face-off win by the Mountaineers. That time Logan Camp, the freshman, Fogo, grabbing it for possession.
Uh-oh, West Virginia, these passes coming in bunches.
West Virginia doing a great job bouncing the ball around.
You know, their chemistry is really great out here. It's like they know where they're going to be before they get there. All working as one
trying to
hive mind.
dodge on the shorty. Pass coming inside, broken up by the Kentucky defense, grabbed on the rebound, shot come, fired, goal. So that one scored there by Tyler Randalls, the junior attackman from Arlington, Virginia. He'll put in his first goal of the game today. So 17-5 now here. AJ, do you think there's a way for them to come back?
Well, we saw the offensive production from WVU in the first half, how they were just scoring in bunches. So we know it's possible to score that much. So it's not in the realm of impossibility for the Wildcats to come back
And
in this
Caden
game.
Wilson
As you see
smacking
here,
through on the faceoff, finding Hamilton, going down low to Johnson for the goal.
Dylan Johnson. Oh, Peter Johnson, excuse me. Peter Johnson, another goal in another game, in another quarter for that man.
Yeah, Peter Johnson has been so efficient on the offensive side for the Wildcats, especially with Ancona out with a hand injury till, I believe, the last 2 games of the season, so he'll be sidelined for a good chunk of time.
And Gazaldo also being sidelined here. The team
Yeah,
is
and
really
those are
looking to Peter Johnson to score.
2 of the, some of the veteran offensive players for the Wildcats as they really do a good job at getting Kentucky on the board in situations like this. Definitely struggling on offense now.
Hamilton will take a breath here as Coach T gets all the players he wants on the field.
Hamilton passing it over the top, but it's stopped by the defense, able to get the rebound, and ref will
And
blow the whistle.
I don't know what WVU coach is yelling, but he's yelling something.
So I believe they're going to call it slash on number 18, Taliaferro, long stick midfielder from Leesburg, Virginia. He'll take a seat in the box, so Kentucky with a chance to net one here, man up, and combat this huge lead that West Virginia currently holds.
More wind tunnels here, but that doesn't stop us. That doesn't stop the players. We just play on through it.
And you already know AJ's got on his little blue UK gloves, so he's not going to be cold for nothing.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Oh, Wood Pierre faking the shot attempt there for a pass, but
And what's tough when you're man down is situations like this where defense isn't back and you don't get the numbers, and so it's tough to go over those dead balls like that, especially when you don't grab it. That was a little risky for West Virginia, but good ball movement by the Wildcats, finding the open man. Wood Pierre unable to grab onto the pass attempt, but he's going for man, and Peter Johnson going for ball, but they'll get him on a loose ball push. So a push without possession on Peter Johnson. Not really sure what's being questioned here. I figured that one was pretty clear, to be quite frank.
But regardless, it will be WVU ball here. They have a chance to up the score even more. And it's near this point in the game, Israel, where the coach has a decision. Do you, A, run up the score as much as you can, really close the lead, or do you, B, play slower, waste clock, and really diminish the Wildcats' chances of getting back in this game? What do you think head coach Brian Houck of WVU will elect to do here?
Yeah, I would assume as the timeout called there by West Virginia, and so I do think that if I was the head coach for West Virginia, I'd probably just want to be holding possession and getting in smarter goals. At this point, you already have a convincing lead, and you really just need to make sure that you play good defense and hold Kentucky from scoring goals, but also possess the ball a lot on offense and take your time to score smart shots. If you take up a lot of time and put a shot in the net after a few minutes of possession and shot attempts, you're just going to waste some clock and still add on to your lead. So I think that's the way to go if you're West Virginia.
Absolutely. And Kentucky now will be talking it out in the timeouts. I am very hungry here, Israel.
Yeah, not going to lie, I am too, AJ.
No, that croissant,
That
egg and
croissant,
cheese.
bacon, egg, and cheese, or
It
whatever
was
the
good,
heck.
but it wasn't as filling as you would think.
I got a question for you, AJ.
Yes.
Care
sir.
for a Thin Mint?
Really?
If you do, really? Yes, really.
Oh, Israel, thank you so much.
So I will talk for a second now while AJ rattles through the Thin Mints.
I'll just take
We're
one.
growing men.
Yeah.
maybe. At 21 years old, definitely growing still. Maybe outwards, my stomach size, but that's okay. You gotta stay hungry. Gotta stay hungry. And so, two teams taking their sides here, and we're ready for them to start back up the rest of this third quarter of play. West Virginia leading over the Wildcats 17-6 towards the end of the third quarter in Morgantown. Pass over the top, bouncing and connecting eventually, in the pass inside for the goal with 1 second to go.
And that is the end of the third quarter, I believe. I heard the horn go.
Will decide not to take that extra second that they had left over on the clock. And so that is the end of the third quarter here. West Virginia currently leading by 12 over the Kentucky Wildcats.
I think some McDonald's would go a long ways.
Do you?
Yeah.
We had McDonald's yesterday.
Maybe
You
an
think?
IHOP stop, Denny's.
No, goodness, no. Goodness gracious, no.
Applebee's.
No, we had Applebee's last night.
Why fix what's not
Maybe
broken?
like, I would like some McDonald's, I suppose. Maybe like, I can only eat one thing from McDonald's, but it's a daggone good sandwich. I'll tell you that.
Heck yeah.
It's a real good sandwich. Should we talk about? No, not yet. There's still timing out. We'll talk about lacrosse in a minute, folks. Just give us a second.
Yeah.
This is a lot. We don't have no sponsors, no TV timeouts.
You
We
know,
don't
one
got
thing
no
I do wanna bring
commercials.
up-
So it's just us.
I
Just
do want
us.
to bring up our other camera woman that is not Peyton, Kaylee.
Where is she? Oh, there she is.
She's
Let's get a zoom in on
corner.
Kaylee. Just give us a minute here.
We were just informed pregame that Kaylee's parents are watching the
So
stream.
Kaylee's parents, I wonder if we can
we hope you're
get her to
listening.
wave at us, Kaylee. Please wave at us.
Oh, she's in picture mode right now.
No, I think she's just sitting there
No,
with her
she's-
hand covering her head.
Oh yeah, she is. She looks
Oh,
very.
wave at us,
sad.
Kaylee. Get off
Oh,
your
now
phone.
she's
No,
in
now she's
picture
got the
mode.
camera up. Look at her go.
Mr. and Mrs. Kaylee's parents, if
Sutton.
you're watching, Mr. and Mrs. Sutton, if you're looking, this is what your daughter does on the field.
Man, is she a hard
She's
worker.
a hard worker.
Very hard worker. No one else I'd rather have drive me to the field today. As finally, teams hopping on the field for the final frame of action in Morgantown on today's beautiful Sunday game between the University of Kentucky Wildcats and the West Virginia University Mountaineers.
And West Virginia fans getting in the camera.
Oh, that's all right.
That's all right.
That's all right.
I saw her. She ducked down. She tried not to get in the camera. Thank you so much.
Let's get a little fourth quarter trivia going here, folks. Where will AJ and I stop for food on the way home on our 5-hour trip? We don't even know the answer. So if you know the answer, let us know, because we want to know where we should eat.
And now it will be Canyon Baleo face off here. He hits
Sliding
the
on the
deck.
ground with the clamp, and I guess they're gonna say he was laying on top of the ball, though he wasn't. The ball was next to him and he just
Yeah.
slipped, but that's
It
okay.
was just
so.
a really tough clamp, I thought.
I thought it was a very tough clamp too, but that's okay. So
Not
West
what the refs
Virginia
saw.
most
West
likely gonna
Virginia.
try to use up every last bit of the shot clock.
Don't be surprised, folks, if you see a slower paced West Virginia team than you're used to now because of the intended strategy of wasting clock. I mean, there was a potential cut there. No Wildcat defense able to stop it. And now the pass is too long.
It was
It's
way over the top, and it's going to be an over and back.
Over and back. Now Hamilton will waste no time
Yeah,
getting
Kentucky
it to X.
definitely knows the urgency they need to work with. My Thin Mints just fell over. Golly goodness, it's windy out here. But Kentucky knows the type of urgency that they need to work with if they want to come out with a victory in this one. As I'm sure that this wind is audible in our microphones, but again, we apologize if that is so. So Felix Williams pushing towards GLE, passes it down below X and across now. Coming up on the other side of the crease is Hamilton. To Pierre. To Rockmeal. Rockmeal sizing up his defender for a dodge attempt and ends up heading down lower towards GLE and passes it off to Hamilton. And a shot attempt almost slipping past Taff, but he had the stick up and ready to go. And that pass from Taff literally hit off the leg of his intended target and was scooped up by Feltner.
Ooh.
And then Feltner just
Hit the deck.
ran over. And it is West Virginia ball. I don't even know how. I thought that was a penalty, but that is okay. So
Now the Wildcat defense hounding them. You can see the urgency in their eyes. They do not want a goal here. They do
now
not
it's
want.
Big Red
Oh.
Jacob Feltner with the ball, and he is just running full steam. Man, that's a big guy moving pretty fast. Definitely not cattywomp. Well, you know what? I'm going to say Jacob Feltner was cattywomping over half field there.
He definitely
He had
was.
malicious intent.
No. He had. That was a man with
That
a
was a man on a
problem.
mission.
Yep.
He was looking
You know,
to put that goal in the net.
Jacob Feltner, 6'4", 235 pounds. That's not something you can
I
stop.
would be terrified of that guy coming down running at me full speed.
Yep. Shout out the Florida native.
Rolling inside, bouncing around. I believe it's Jackson Smith for the Wildcats now. But I can't quite see the jersey number. Maybe it's Williams, but Dylan Johnson now pushing towards GLE, gives it up. And it's Peter Johnson firing low, but the shot was deflected, bounced up high and out. Jacob Williams passing it over top to Peter Johnson, who tries to go top corner, but it's a good save by Taff. And Johnson loves to paint the corners on these shots. He is so good at it, but Taff really had no problem on any of these shots today. He's been saving shots high, low, and center. He's only let 6 slide by him in this game so far.
And the Wildcats just couldn't get the ball off the floor there.
So it will be Kentucky possession.
Risky
It's like
there.
Dylan Johnson's going to grab it in the far alley.
Dylan Johnson will dish it off to France, who long pass.
Man,
to
what
Pierre.
a dime
What a
right
dot.
to Wood Pierre. Barely had to move a step, and Pierre's going to dish it down low to GLE, who's Peter Johnson standing on, and Jake Williams dancing around behind the net, finds a target over the top. Rockmeal thought he was going to shoot it. Sorry, Sammy Hamilton thought he was going to shoot it. And trying to weave through the traffic, loses the ball and picked up by West Virginia, but comes out again. And so now little scrum fighting for it here, rolls out of bounds, and looks like it'll be Kentucky possession. Felix Williams back to his defender. Peter Johnson is wide open on the other side of the field. That skip pass will be open next time if they swing it around.
Oh.
And the hit to the head there from Peter Johnson. Had to sell it a little bit in
Peter
order to get the
Johnson.
flag.
Though he did get hit, there were a little bit of theatrics there to make sure the ref saw.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you got to give it a little, whoa, you see that? In order to make him say something, so.
And credit to Peter Johnson, though he did give theatrics, it never stopped the flow of his play there.
Really thought that he was just going to run right through it and go in,
Yeah.
but
then the call, and now here we are.
West Virginia electing for the classic box and one, man down formation. And starting with the ball is Wood Pierre on the corner alley. Kentucky has a few good plays that they run on man up. Sure that they will run it again here.
You know, for those that don't watch,
Pass coming
Ooh,
inside. Decides not to shoot, but Pierre to Williams down low, and the shot stopped by Taff.
Those who don't watch lacrosse as much as the average lacrosse watcher does, the box and one and those man-down situations are very reminiscent to a 2-3 zone in basketballs. Big Red slicing
just
the floor.
Grabbing that one right out of midair
Here he
and
goes
hauling
again.
forward ahead of the field. Great job by Big Red to help try and get Kentucky the possession. And
Now Coach T will call for some subs here. Hamilton getting in close, dishing it off.
And there was a streaking Brysa Davidson down the middle of the field who couldn't hold on to the pass.
But Pierre luckily there to scoop it up. And here we go, Felix Williams trying to find someone, anyone.
Spinning around behind the net, tried to get it over the top and in for the goal, but unable to do so. And so the ball will roll out of bounds, and Sammy Hamilton closest to that one on the way out. There was a flag down on the field.
For what? I'm not too sure.
And the goalie's coming out, so it's Taff getting subbed out and the new goalkeeper coming in. So looks
Mass
like Taff
substitutions here.
will take the rest of this game on the sideline. What a strong performance by him in net, stopping just about everything that came his way, and replacing him now will be Caden Poxtus, the freshman goalkeeper from Media, Pennsylvania. Maybe it's Media. You think it's Media or you think it's Media? You think it's Media like Media?
Might
Media?
be Media.
It's probably Media because they're probably like quirky or something over there. Anyways,
Media. All right, here we go.
Peter
Wildcats
Johnson.
passing.
Felix
like a
Williams,
nice
the
man on
shot coming off the hat of the defender. Man, good thing they wear helmets, huh? Because if I was taking shots off the dome like that every once in a while, it would definitely hurt. That one came off the top of Ben Shadwick.
We'll definitely have some long-term damage without a helmet. Thank goodness the Wildcats have these very nice-looking helmets, the matte black with the shiny blue Wildcat logo.
So just under a minute on the shot clock. Kentucky loses possession and it's swept over. But Kentucky will get possession back since it went out on West Virginia. So Peter Johnson bringing it up for the Wildcats. Kentucky kind of slowing down now a little bit. Shot coming, goal. Just as I say that, Felix Williams right down low and in for the goal. So Kentucky getting one on the board in the fourth quarter. 18-7 now is the score here in Morgantown, West Virginia, at West Virginia University. And my name is Israel Schill. I'm here joined by AJ Nava, my good friend and multimedia journalist, broadcast partner extraordinaire. He's really good at it all, you know. He's such a talented guy.
Oh,
I'm
stop.
a good dude. You're lucky I'm feeling good right now. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, the face-off is here, and it is lost by Clay Stambaugh.
Into the hands of Justin Densberger. And Densberger, the short stick defensive midfielder, just getting swarmed by Kentucky and somehow able to hit the pass over top to Taliaferro, and Taliaferro loses it.
Gets it back,
And
though.
we got a little pull-on-pull action down low, and Cooper Wiles was defending him, but a timeout there called by West Virginia will cut him some slack so he won't have to keep fighting with that one.
You know, I would love to give more information on these face-offs, but unfortunately, WVU does not have face-off stats listed in their website.
I got a question for you, AJ.
Yeah.
Have you received any text messages from Luke Vance this game?
I actually have not received a single text message from Luke Vance this
Luke
game.
Vance is going to get some strong words from AJ and I after the game, as he was supposed to give us quarterly stats updated, but Luke Vance is
Not a single one.
Luke Vance is dropped not a single text message
I've been
to us.
texted by my friends Brendan, Rich. I've been given NBA updates. I've been given Bleacher Report updates. University of Kentucky men's golf has posted to their Instagram. I've been given all this information, and not one thing of lacrosse by Luke Vance, the man behind all the stats for this Kentucky team, who did promise us to give quarterly updates.
I mean, really, Luke is behind a lot more than just the stats. Luke, the field manager, he is taking some classes at the University of Kentucky, but takes his other classes at Bluegrass Community Technical College on the University of Kentucky's campus. So unfortunately, Luke doesn't take the minimum requirements that allows him to play in these games, but he cares so much about this team and this roster that he comes every week and goes to every practice to be the field manager for this squad, and he does a great job at it, as Luke really is a hard worker.
And we will say he will see some playing time this season in scrimmages.
Yes, as they will be scrimmaging. Kentucky will be scrimmaging against the University of Louisville later on in the season, and that one, since not an MCLA sanctioned matchup, Luke Vance will be able to take the field.
And I cannot wait to call that game and just give all the excitement to Luke Vance, give him all his flowers.
Yes, I agree.
But for right now, I'm giving him some choice words for
Yeah,
not
Luke
giving us
Vance,
quarterly
no
updates.
stats. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
You're lucky I don't air your business out on this broadcast.
He doesn't know any of his business. Don't worry. It's West Virginia still kind of shuffling around, having a tough time getting inside, but the cutter across the middle is going to catch the pass and take the shot. It's stopped there. And that was the shot clock, but since the shot went off just before the buzzer, they'll be able to have another chance. The shot there coming again over the top and in for the goal. So West Virginia getting one in there.
And the score now 19-7. WVU up big in
That
this
one
Sunday
was Kevin Mullaney,
evening
who's
matchup.
scored a few already today. He's going to keep adding on to that tally. Great job by Mullaney.
Does this count as stat padding this late in the game?
Sure, we can call it stat padding.
Yeah, he's stat padding.
Let's call it stat padding.
Good.
Cherry picking.
Mrs. Johnson, we want to thank you for tuning in. We love doing this, and we hope the Cats keep fighting on.
We do fight on. Cats as West Virginia wins the face-off, and Mullaney gets it immediately.
West Virginia getting all the players they want on the field and going a little faster
Pass
pace
way
than
over
you
the
would
top of
think.
the field, spinning, and man, that would have been a heck of a play if he hit the shot, but we got Maddie Miller scooping it up. Good job by Kentucky, scooping up possession on the defense and getting it to the right personnel, though France struggling a little bit with somebody on him, and France loses the ball, needs to get back in net, and oh, the shot tried to get put inside, but France wasn't in net, but
There
he
you
luckily
go.
missed the pass, and so a little bit of sloppy play by both sides there as who you look at that, Charlie running up the field.
Shout out Charlie Kursick for driving us up to West Virginia.
Yeah, Charlie gave us a very comfortable ride up. Did wake us up to some loud music. Well, not AJ, me, but that's okay.
I slept the whole time.
It was funny. It was Whoop-Dee Scoop or whatever that song is by Kanye, so we'll take it.
And here goes Pierre dishing it off to Dylan Johnson.
Dylan Johnson setting up a dodge, pushing down towards the
That
left
Kentucky
side.
team had some good
GLE
passing
passes
there.
it around
Johnson
over the
to
top.
Johnson.
Johnson inside the shot, fired just right.
Good passing from Kentucky there. Very in tune with each other.
The ball was stuck in the net, but luckily they got it out, so no worries there.
And play will resume. Felix Williams and X.
Clearing out everybody else behind the crease, turns, gets the pass over the top. Pierre was not totally there, and Miller trying to fight to get it, but that one will be over and back, so West Virginia will pick it up just at half field. And there's fake pass, and a sorry fake shot and slips under inside. Wasn't able to get it to go, but pass inside is picked off by the Wildcats. Bryson Davidson passes it up one more, and able to grab it is Rankin, who somehow got the flick over to Dylan Johnson, fires it to the top and goes over and no good.
Good effort by Andrew Rankin to make that happen.
Yeah, what a
Love
flick
to
pass.
see him playing on the field. Doesn't get too many minutes.
No, and you love to see guys like that getting some time, and Rankin just
Rankin, the
proved
freshman,
his
really.
reasoning to be out there on the field.
Yep. And a flag
Is down. 2 flags down. And that will be an offsides on West Virginia. They have 7 now playing defense, so a free play for the Wildcats. Felix Williams pushing towards GLE, passing it down below the net, and the pass going to go back up top, over and not in for the goal. Kentucky going to try and stop it before it goes out of bounds so they can keep using their free chance here as Shake Williams saves it from going out and passes it up to Peter Johnson. Peter Johnson sizing up the defense, passing it inside, but it's picked off by the West Virginia defense. So a man up opportunity for the Wildcats.
Whoa. Table almost breaking in half.
That was me, my bad. I kicked
sorry.
it. Oops. AJ, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of hungry.
I think that makes it 3 times now we've talked about how hungry we are. I'm
There's
hungry.
not much else to talk about.
No, it is not.
Yes,
Whoa.
He'll get started back up here. Kentucky man up possession with the hopes of putting one in regardless of the score. It's always good to see teams keep their fight going, and Kentucky spinning it around now. Johnson faking the little flick up and across to Bryson Davidson, who's looking to top over the middle to Pierre, who fires it, and the shot is stopped there. Sammy Hamilton came inside on the cut just as Wood Pierre was shooting and had to duck down below the shot so he didn't get hit as Wood Pierre chases in the streaking Mountaineer down the middle, who
And Matt
thought
Miller
was going to
there
shoot. Yeah, that was
is
Ben
hounding him.
Chadwick right now, just doing it all for the
Let's go,
Wildcats,
Matt
and
Miller.
Miller gets a tap to the helmet there on Chadwick, so they're going to call a hit to the head, and so now Kentucky just trying to get the stop as France grabs possession, and we'll set this one up. So I believe this will put us even as Kentucky was man up.
Shout out Matt Miller for giving his all there to the defense.
And so we will see some 6-on-5 play. Actually, it is even on the field. Pass over the top, shot coming, but it's too high.
Too high
And
and
far
too
away
left.
by Stingo. Scored a few today already.
Israel, I will say, in my head, I've been having a battle against the West Virginia broadcast team on our calls.
I have too. My little in-head battle. He's a great broadcaster.
He's a
that
great
man over there. He's a
broadcaster.
great broadcaster. As
Oh, and the
comes.
shot is no good. Stopped, bounces far away. Another thing I'll say, he has a headset microphone.
A little fancier than we are. Shot inside, no good. Bouncing around the crease, still no good. The second shot attempt, West Virginia able to somehow maintain possession. And Stingo rips one. And Stingo's the top corner of the net for the goal. You like that, AJ? You like
No.
Stingoing the top corner? You get it?
Well, yeah, I like
like
the
the call?
saying.
You like the
I
call?
like the call.
But that's about it.
I didn't like the goal.
Guys, AJ's mad. He's a little upset.
Listen, as the color commentator, I can happily say I'm a Kentucky fan.
We both.
I'm rooting for
We
Kentucky.
both.
And seeing
We
West
both are
Virginia,
the home broadcaster.
every goal is like a knife to the back. And you're going to see Andrew Rankin here on the wing. I'm excited to see what he's going to do here on the face-off. My bet's he's going to get it.
So 19 goals were scored in the first half by both of these teams, 15 coming from the Mountaineers. And in the second half, not so many, as both teams were struggling, and the shot there not even able to fully come out the top of the stick. And now running down the alley closest to the substitution box, finding a target down low in Kentucky's box. And now Wildcats setting up an offensive possession here. And a flag is going to fly. So it is shot attempt coming. Oh, good.
Felix Williams, good try though.
And let's see what the flag here is on, as Terrence Silva is jogging off and Bryson Davidson is jogging on, but it looks like the penalty will be coming here on West Virginia. And serving it there, I cannot quite read the number. So
West Virginia serving.
somebody West Virginia serving the penalty. Kentucky man up here.
This wind is getting to me.
Yeah, this wind is ripping through behind us right now as Kentucky takes the shot from Johnson, who wasn't able to do anything with it, but trying to pick up the rebound. Somebody's got it. The goalkeeper does. Taff was back in the game and clears it over the top. Jacob Feltner, big red with it. The defender just barreling over the center field line and getting it up to Felix Williams, who just got knocked over and losing the ball. And now West Virginia taking it back over onto the offensive side. They have numbers too in the pass over the top to the long stick midfielder who couldn't hold on, and stoppage there. So I believe a loose ball push is going to give it to possession of the Wildcats. Bryson Davidson has it. And Bryson, a great job at clearing for this team, as pass there to Miller. And the pass out of bounds now, and that will do it, folks. Sorry, I didn't have the right clock on, so I didn't even know that that was the end of the game. But we are done here. That is the end of the fourth quarter in Morgantown, West Virginia, where the Mountaineers defeated the Kentucky Wildcats 20-7 in a tough battle on West Virginia University's campus. Good performance by the West Virginia University offense.
Scoring in bunches here.
Definitely scoring in bunches. So we will see everybody for the Wildcats' next matchup against James Madison University for, I believe it will be the third to last game of the season already.
Wow.
As the season has been flying by. Kentucky record falling down there. And we want to thank everybody for joining along onto the live stream. Once again, my name is Israel Schill. I'm joined by AJ Nava, and we appreciate you all.